to start seated today. So you can come around to your booty. How you doing there, Victoria?
Good.
All right. Okay, so you can just cross the right ankle in front of the left. If you can bring that right heel in front of the left knee, that's fine. If not, Katie, that's fine. You might be a little bit more like that. That's totally cool. That's all right. You could even go soles of feet together if it's easier for you to sit there, okay? So we're going to take the, Katie, do the best you can on this. You really want to take the fingertips together, touch the hands to the shoulders, and then we're just going to take a nice inhale and circle the shoulders forward, up and back. And we'll take one more of those, circling the shoulders forward, up and back, and exhale. Now this time when the elbows point to the front, and we'll pause. We're going to open the hands and flip the fingertips towards the floor. So just spread the fingers, breathing, shoulders down the back of those feelings. Spin the fingers over to the ceiling. Push the heels of the hands out. And then we're going to sweep the arms back, pressing the heels of the hands to the ceiling and starting squeezing the shoulder blades together. And almost the whole room's head just went down, so draw the shoulder blades together. Open the collarbones and think of reaching the face up a little. Now you're going to bring the arms forward and just flip the wrists over. Backs of the hands are going to lead you up. Big circle. Do one more of those. Nice big circle. Now this time as the hands come around, those fingers touch the shoulders again, and we circle those elbows. We're going to do that one more circle there. This time when the elbows point forward, we'll pause and we'll open those hands forward again, opening the fingers. Spin the fingers around, draw the shoulders down the back, and keep sweeping the heels of the hands behind you. Straighten your arms. Yep, push the heels of the hands up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Yep, you can tip your head around, and then just reverse that. Wrists are going to come forward, fingers will point down. Big circle, he's back there bugging you. One more, helping you, should be the word that I was using. And then hands come to the shins. Give a little tug on the shins, draw the lats down the back. So the space underneath the armpits, drawing down, then drawing the shoulder blades together a little. And then most of you are already starting to do this. We'll tip the head over to the right. Now close your eyes and keep breathing and see if you can still feel the hands pulling on the legs and the shoulders drawing down. And then let the head go to center and to the other side. And notice if you lost anything as that happened. Still breathing. Inhale back up to the top. And exhale, push with the feet, tuck the tail and round back. Giving a little rock around into the ribs. Shoulders, however, try and keep them away from your ears so they're drawing down. And again, breathing nice and full. Now as you inhale, we'll pull with the feet, pull with the hands. We'll reach the left arm forward and sweep the right arm up. And as we exhale, we're going to open the chest to the right and reach the right fingertips to any space behind you. Then touch down with the fingertips, push down into the floor. Pull with the feet and start to rise the crown of the head up. There you go, Victoria. And as you exhale, look all the way over that back shoulder, drawing that shoulder blade down and back. Now as we inhale, we pull with our feet, arms float back up to the top, our torso turns back to center. We exhale, hands fall to the shins, tuck the tailbone round back, chin to throat. On your exhale, check that your shoulders are away from your ears. Oh, look at that, Monica, it's just a few inches there. Inhale, pull with the feet, pull with the hands, bring yourself up, feel those lats draw down. Then slip the right fingertips forward and inhale the left arm up. And exhale, turn belly, ribs, and chest to the left. Reach those fingers back somewhere behind you. Push down through both sets of fingers. Starting to pull with the feet. Now first we want to rise up tall. And then exhale, we can start to rotate and you can push down with those fingers. You'll find how they can help you start to turn those ribs. Looking over the back shoulder. Then inhale, arms reach out and up and the torso comes back to center. We exhale, hands fall to the shins, tailbone tucks, and we round on back, rocking the ribs a little side to side. Dive the crown of your head towards your shins, slip your hands forward, and then keep rounding as you start to lengthen out. Then the crown of the head will start to reach to the front of the room. The breastbone will begin to reach forward. The fingers can activate on the floor, pushing down and pulling lightly as you breathe in. And as you exhale, letting your head go, letting your torso dangle. Breathing in, we'll walk the hands off to the left side. And as you do that, push down through the outer edges of your feet and feel your right hip reaching back towards the back corner of your mat. So as you inhale, hands pull lightly and try and wiggle your chest forward. As you exhale, you let your head fall. The right hip reaches back as the right ribs fall a little bit. You can be bobbling your ribs slightly. Inhale, we look for our hands. We drag them back towards our body a few inches. Sweep the left hand to the left, about 90 degrees, and swing your right arm over your cheekbone, opening that whole right side of the body. Again, pull with the feet on the inhale and push down through the bottom hand. Start to lift up all the way from the pubic bone. Okay, you're going to try and keep that right hip on the ground. As you exhale, you have to push yourself to the right. As you exhale, you might be able to bend that right elbow and lean a little further to the side. Barbara, keep taking your arm over your ear. Eileen, see if you can peel those top ribs open. And then inhale, we raise all the way up to the top. We let our head and arm fall to the right. Chin falls towards the throat. Head keeps going to the left. We bring it all the way up to the top. Arms float out to the sides and up. Tuck your tailbone, lift your feet up, unwind your legs, cross the other leg in front. Hands fall to the shins, tailbone tucks, we round back. Then crown of head dives to your shins, so rounding forward, slip the hands out. Crown of head starts to wiggle out to the front of the room, as does your breastbone and your ribs. Right, long deep breaths. As you breathe in, you're a little active. You can pull with the feet, pull with the fingers, and press down with the fingers to give you a little bit of a lift and lengthening. And on the exhale, letting that all hang, relaxing the jaw. You start to walk the torso to the right, basically till your breastbone's pointing towards that knee or around that line. And then breathing here, same thing, giving a little tug with the fingers. See if you can climb that left arm out to meet the right. Left thumbs and right thumbs meet. As you take your exhale, left ribs fall, chin falls to throat, but left hip's trying to reach towards the back of the room. We inhale and look at our hands and raise our chest up. Start to drag your hands back towards your body, at least a handprint, so straight back to you, don't walk around to the front. Now just swing your right arm to the right, about 90 degrees, and the left arm's just gonna sweep to the right as well until it catches your cheekbone and opens you up. You push down through that bottom hand and the sit bones, and that bottom hand can be pushing a little to the left side of the room. As you exhale, you see if you can turn your ribs open a little bit more, maybe falling a little further side. Keep straightening your arm, Kim. Yeah, and draw your shoulders away from your ears. There's no space around your head right now, Kim. There you go. Inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, let the head and arm fall left this time. Chin will roll through center. Take an inhale and move your right ear to your right shoulder. And exhale, just let it hang there for a moment as you let your left fingers dangle. Inhale's going to bring you up to the top. Exhale, we tuck the tailbone again. We pick the knees and the feet up off the floor. To bring the knees together, you can grab the back of the legs and raise the shins up. Yeah, now we pull on the back of the legs a little bit to bring our chest up a little taller and pull again down on those lats. There you go, Barbara. You can start to reach up through the face a little bit. Every exhale, lift right above the pubic bone. Nice, you guys. That's the worst thing that's going to happen. And as you exhale, knees bend. Swing your legs around to a side and bring yourself up and around into child's pose. So bringing rear end back towards the heels. Now, Katie, you'll probably be able to do...
I'll do whatever I can do. No, don't
yeah,
worry.
okay.
I'm rocking that's going to hurt me.
Okay, great.
Okay. I just need one hand.
Rock the hips gently left and right. Breathing here. starting to creep those hands forward if they haven't already. Feeling the palms wide, the fingertips rooted. And as you take the next inhale, give a little push with your hands to drive your rear end back. And if it bothers your knee, then let that pressure up, or your feet or your shins. And then keep the rear end where it is and see if you can pull with the hands a little bit and wiggle your chest forward. So rear end tries to stay back. We see if we can climb those ribs and walk them a little down the legs a bit more. And then as you exhale, let your head just fall. Breathing in, we drag our hands back towards our knees. Tuck your tailbone and roll yourself up. So you're going to be seated on the heels. You might be leaning forwards. You go to where you can. If you can, you come all the way up. And we're going to take the hands and reach them forward and up. And exhale, arms reach out, back and down. And we're going to clasp those hands into a fist. Now, if this kneeling position does not work for you at all, like Katie out here, you're going to do what Katie just did, but you can't see her on the camera. If you're watching, cross the legs in front, okay? If you're okay on the shins, go ahead and stay there. The heels of your hands are touching, right, Victoria? And we're going to roll the right shoulder back and the left shoulder back. And take that a couple of times. Right shoulder tries to roll. Left shoulder tries to roll. You take it once more. Right shoulder rolls back. It stays back. Left shoulder rolls back to join it. You squeeze the shoulder blades and elbows towards one another. And if that fist could come together, it would. What we're trying not to do is that. Locking the elbows and just letting the heels of the hands come apart. Squeeze the shoulders and think about it more being about up here. Squeezing those guys together, and eventually the heels and hands will come together. Then your fists can start to reach down. So you'll be squeezing your triceps a little bit and extending the arms slightly. Again, shy of locking out, shy of popping your ribs forward. There you go, Monica. And then we start to reach our face up. Keep squeezing those shoulders back, Katie. That's basically the main thing you want to do. Chin in a little. Bring your chin in, yeah, and just try and push your breastbone up. And we take one more breath there before we exhale, and you let the heels of the hands go. Circle the shoulders forward, up, and back. That one might have started to make you sweat a little bit. Reverse the circle, go the other way, back to front. And then we bring the hands to the floor. We creak ourselves forward, we move to downward dog. Okay, you can just do forward fold for downward dog. You know what I mean? Like so. You can either do like a little wide one.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yep. So you'll be doing
Sure.
Yep. Okay, so that's the amendment for that. And then spreading the toes, everybody. If you're on the hands, pushing with the palms away from the front of the room and spreading the palms wide. Now feel like your hands are lightly pulling towards one another. There you go, Eileen. They're pushing away from the front of the room and pulling towards one another. And you're wiggling the hips back and up. So that's where if you're tight through your low back, your booty, or your hamstrings, bend your knees so you can start to get some length through your spine here. Length through the back. On your next inhale, everybody, we begin to raise up on the balls of the feet. Exhale, lower the knees to the mat. Point the toes back, move the rear end to the heels, child's pose. Right, you can do this one, sister. Rock the hips a little side to side. On the next inhale, we drag the hands back towards the knees and we roll up. You can be seated here. Or hands keep walking back. You get to choose, Katie. Now you could sit on your butt and we'll bring the hands behind the back and raise the chest up. Barb already did it. Just push your hands down and out. Her chest starting to open up. That'll work. Why don't you do it this way? You guys keep going. Squeeze your booty. Your hips will start to drive up. Katie, just bring them out. It's where you can manage it on the fingertips. Yeah, and keep squeezing those shoulders back and down. You can't do that enough. That's it. Breathing here. Now, Monica, push your ankles out so your knees don't separate. Yes. And then lift up on the pubic bone on those exhales, guys. Breathing here. Squeeze your booty, Victoria. There we go. One more breath, everybody. And as you exhale, rear end sinks back down to the heels. We push up through the fingertips. We sweep the arms up. Now, whether you're sitting on your shins or sitting on your butt, you can do this the same. We exhale, we're gonna turn our chest to the right, and our hands are gonna fall on the outside of that leg. Now, if I couldn't get these fingers to the floor, I'd keep them up like this, okay? If I could, I'm gonna let them start to settle, but I'm not gonna let my left hip come off the heel. Left hip come off the heel. Yes, I did say that correctly. I got my body parts confused there. It's not good. Chin comes in, and now your back hand will push away from that side of the room, and your front hand will pull. Does that make sense? So doing like that. Can you feel how it starts to turn your ribs? Yes. Now, Barbara, you're going to move your hips to the right a little. Keep going. Yep. And now deepen the belly and tuck the chin in. And you might feel this through your waist. And you may feel it around the left side of the back. Does anybody feel that?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that was a big one. Inhale, we start to raise in our fingertips. Sweep the left arm up. All the way over. The other arm's going to follow. And we're going to go right over to the second side. And then you see where you are there. It might be easier to rotate on this side. It might be more challenging. Eileen, walk your hands right into your body. Yes, now tuck your tailbone and round, guys. Your back hand will push away from that side of the room. The front hand can push into the leg, or you pull the hand towards your body. And you're gonna feel how that starts to turn and deepen like you're wringing out a dish towel. Look all the way back for the back shoulder. Try and round your back, Eileen. The low back. That's a little trickier, isn't it? Keep pulling the pubic bone to the belly. Inhale's gonna bring you back to center. We bring the hands around. We scoochie ourselves forward into a tabletop. We slide the left leg back. We bring the right knee to the right wrist, and we move ourselves into pigeon. Pointing the back foot and pointing the front foot a little bit. Push down to the outer edge. Well, Katie, you don't have an injury that's getting you out of this position.
I think this was specifically I asked and they said don't do it. I know they said no planks. I always ask them. I'm asking that Friday when I see them.
Pigeon, can I get a doctor's note to skip this position? That's cute. Okay, let's rock it. Now, don't get any ideas out there about doctor's notes for skipping the positions you don't like. Rocking the hips gently left and right. Breathing here. And it's going to be a particularly fun pigeon today because we're going to do what I call pigeon for endurance. Yes, doesn't it sound exciting?
Yeah.
We're going to push down through the front shin and now firm up the top of the back foot into the floor and firm up your back leg and booty. So strong legs underneath you. Now, palms press down, shoulders stay relaxed as the forearms raise up. Now, if you're okay there, walk your hands back a handprint closer to you. Use your hands as little as possible. Push through your shin and try and raise your chest up again. Lift your pubic bone. Now, if you're still okay, those hands can drag around the sides. And again, we're trying to use our hands as little as possible. I'm going to show you the cheat that happens here. You guys bend your back leg and you come up and you rest on your shin, okay? We're going to try not to do that. We're going to push down to the top of our foot and extend our back leg, and eventually these fingers will get light. Now we lift in our belly, and as we exhale, we lean forwards, shoulders Michelle, away from the ears. Now as you inhale, you push through the shin and foot, and you reach your chest forward and come right back up, like you're doing almost like an upward facing dog or a cobra. Then you take it again. Exhale, lift your belly, reach out to lower, and then push to the chin, reach out to come up. That's it. Use the hands as little as possible. One more time. Katie, you're fine to hang out down there.
Yeah.
Monica, left hip forward. Left hip, left hip. Now keep it forward as you come all the way up. Push with your shin, lift your belly. Yes, Barbara, there you go. And exhale, catch yourself. That's what you're waiting for, right? Move the right hand to the right, swing the crown of your head right, and swing both legs around to the front of the room. Flex the feet, hands come down next to the sides of the body. You know what, guys? Let's start with this cross-legged today. I think this was in your email last week, seated Dandasana. Hands are going to press out and down. Make sure they're not back. Make sure they're not forward, but right next to the hips. Press your palms out and then down as if you're gonna screw the heel of the hand into the mat. Yeah, so what I noticed on this is you guys press out and down and you go like this, which is the exact opposite of what we want this position to do. So think of the part where your thumb is on the heel of your hand screwing down, and it's gonna wrap your triceps in. Yeah, Victoria, come on, girlfriend. Use your hands and squeeze your shoulder blades together. That's your chin up. Try and squeeze the shoulder blades back, push the breastbone up. There you go. Now breathe in here. Now we lift the hands up and we try and keep all that. Raise the arms all the way overhead, shoulders, Katie. Lift your belly. Unwind the legs, shoot them out. Pull with your heels. Get up on those sit bones again. Come on, Eileen. Now exhale, find that same hand placement and do it again. Push out, hands in tight. Fingers forward, everyone. There you go. Out and then down. Screw the heel of the hand into the floor. That's way better. It must have been a better description. Ribs for Monica. Yes. There you go. Then we drag those hands up again. You see if you can keep it. Keep the shoulders down. Keep those lats pulling down. Now exhale, arms fall forward. We pull with those heels again, and it starts to lift us up and over so we can grab the back of the legs or over the soles of the feet. That's it, Barbara. Pull with the heels again, and raise the chest up. Pull with the hands. Hello, Kim. Flex your feet. Yes, there you go. Like it's rude to show people the soles of your feet, but you be as rude as you want to me right now. Keep drawing those guys back. All right, now, if you can, start to firm up your right thigh. That leg will start to straighten, and you see if you can lift your belly and wiggle up a little taller. Victoria, pull your shoulders back. Pull with your hands and pull your lats like you're gonna row a boat. Pull back, you're going the wrong way. Pull the other way. Lats down, shoulders to hips, chest up. Chest up. Keep coming up with the chest. That's your chin. Try and raise your chest. There we go. Now the other leg goes. Yep, again, chest up. Chest raises. There you go. Keep working that. Because it just went back down. As you exhale, bend your elbows now. Your hands can flip in if you have that ability. Otherwise, you're just dragging up the back of the legs. Forearms will fall in. And we hang our head here. Now your back will round. That's fine. On the inhales, you can play with, that's it, Monica, wiggling, you got it, Kim, out and forwards. And on the exhales, my whole right side of the room, Katie, Barbara, and Victoria, keep sliding the shoulders back. And I know when you do that, you're gonna get more stretching, yes? Because it's extending that whole upper back there. And this position isn't just about your hamstrings. It's about the whole back side of the body. So any of those areas can restrict you. And on your next exhale, relief, relax your feet, relax your arms, hang your head, your knees can soften, your legs can flop open. Take another full breath cycle there. Follow the fullness of the inhale. Let yourself relax with the exhale. Drag the elbows back towards the body, start to raise your chest up. Flip the hands over. Behind you, Katie, you can stay on your fingertips. We draw the shoulder blades together. We raise the chest up. Big reach. Push the hands down and out. I mean, walk your hands back a little more. Drag the feet in, Katie. You're going to skip this part. Feet press down. Squeeze the booty. Drive the hips up. Heels are pressing out. Eileen, right heel out. There you go. Heels push out. Squeeze your rear to drive the hips up. Pretend it's comfortable. Maybe for some of you it is. It is not for me. And exhale, lower the rear end down to the mat. Push up through the fingertips. We're going to let the knees fall left, like a mermaid, and then just sweep that right leg back, and you're going to come around.
I was hoping you were going to
Forget this side. Kirk forgot a rotation in the morning class today. You missed out. He didn't forget pigeon now. Forearms go down. It happens every once in a while. Push down through the front shin and rock the hips a little left and right. Just get a little pressure in the outer edge of foot and shin. Especially for you guys who your knee may bother you in this, you can play with the angle of the leg where the knee is. You can play with the angle of the lower leg, and then I would play with pushing down through this outer edge because it's going to help stabilize your knee. Breathe in here. Now, shoulders are easy. The work's going to happen in the lower half of the body. We push down through our shin, top of that back foot, and firm up the back thigh. Make sure that back thigh is firm, Michelle. And then shoulders are easy as palms press down and forearms raise up. Position 1. Position 2, drag the hands back to handprint. I lean to the right. Yes, get over into that hip more. Yep, now you're going to have to push. If you're still okay, bring the hands back. So again, idea is to use hands as little as possible. We raise up. That looks good with the hip on this side, Monica. Now exhale, we lean forward. Back leg and front leg strong. You got to push with that front shin so that you can come right back up. Push down through the back foot. Firm up that leg. Chest goes forward and up. Lean right, Eileen. Again, exhale, forward and down. Draw the shoulders back. Use your hands as little as possible. And then push with the shin, back leg strong to raise up. Yeah, Kim, there you go. There you go, Eileen. I know it's a different story there. And again, forward and down. Monica, see if you can firm up the front of your back thigh. Just firm up your quad. Yeah, and then raising up, push with the shin. There you go. That's going to be different. Yes? Right there, firm it up. And exhale. Catch yourself on the lower down. Head sweeps to the left, the hand goes to the left, and the legs swing around to the front of the room. And this time we bring our hands to where they were earlier. You find that Dandasana position or staff pose. Go out first and then down. And again, it's like you're screwing the heels of the hands into the floor to create that motion. Well, that's very much better. All right, Victoria, if we do this about 4 more times before the end of the class, I think your chest will be all the way up. Yes? Okay, hands press down, rear end lifts. And now we're going to go the way you want to go. We're going to slouch. Bring the rear end to the heels. Yep, and if it didn't quite make it forward, go ahead. Now you're going to let your shoulders roll forwards. And the weight's in the front part of the hand by heels, hands up. Katie, you can lay on your back.
That's what I'm going to do.
That's a good idea. Roll the shoulders forward. You know what you could do, Katie, is a bridge.
Oh, wow.
And hold it for a count of 10 and then lower down, take a little break and do it again. Victoria, walk your hands back a little bit more. Now guys, your hands are going to push away from the front of the room. So if your push was strong enough, it would do this. Okay? And you'll feel how it makes the shoulders roll forwards a little more. Barbara, you're going to walk your hands back too. Yeah. Now, you have that, guys? Shoulders rolling forwards. Now just start to squeeze your shoulders back against it. It's not really going to move. It's just going to sort of lock everything into place and be a little challenging. You're going to probably feel a big old stretch in the front of the shoulders, yes? Chest caves in. Rock it a little left. Keep breathing. Rock it a little right. Victoria, you can let your feet relax. There you go. Bring it back to center. Lean to the left, slip the right forearm underneath you. Lean to the right, slip the left forearm underneath you. Katie, you're going to do this, the same thing you just did. Now press the forearms into the mat and raise the chest up. Yeah, try and squeeze your shoulder blades together. This is kind of a version of Matsyasana or fish, but we're going to change it up. Now we're going to push down through our feet, squeeze our booty, and raise our hips up at the same time. So we're kind of joining you, Katie. Squeeze your rear, push with those forearms. They're going to want to sink and breathe for 4, for 3, that's it, for 2. Now exhale, lower your booty down, tuck your tail so you can get your low back on the floor. Yep, now slip your arms forward and see if you can keep your chest up. Oh, big fun. There we go. And then inhale, we'll lower down today and raise the arms all the way overhead. Out to a nice V shape, and draw the shoulders down the back. And then you're going to scooch those heels in, and we're going to do that bridge again. We can't get enough of them, Katie. Push the heels out, squeeze the rear, drive the hips up. That's right, everybody. Yep. Now sweep your arms out to the sides. Bring them all the way down as if they're going to point to your toes. And now bend your elbows and rest your fingertips on your hip bones. Push your triceps into the floor. Give a little tug on your hip bones, pull them towards your ribs. That's how you want your pelvis to go, and then squeeze your booty again. That was it with the knees. I communicated that to you without words, Monica. On your next exhale, you felt me looking in your direction. The arms sweep back out to the sides. We lift the heels up. We roll down the spine. One vertebra at a time. So you get to the tailbone. Now let the heel settle, and then keep rolling over the tailbone and take an arch. And then as you exhale, come all the way back to center. And we're going to do a little wiggle. So this is where you get to let your legs and booty feel flabby. And it's almost like you're going to take your sacrum like a piece of sandpaper and just scruff it against the mat. And let everything shake. You kind of can't do this wrong. Wrong is like trying to hold on to your muscles. Just push your sacrum down there and shake it. Almost like you were super excited dog wagging its tail, and just let your legs flab around. Yep, just let them go. So mine are flabbing around too. And then as you exhale, let that start to come back. Slide the legs out to a big X. Reach through your fingertips, reach through your toes, and get a little longer on your mat. Yeah. I'm going to take our right hand. I'm just going to talk you guys through this. Most of you have done it at least once. Right hand to the right shoulder. Slide that across your chest to the opposite shoulder. Now you're going to keep going and slide your fingers all the way out to the other fingers and just let it roll you over onto that right hip. Good. Okay. Eileen, you want to keep your legs apart. You do not want to be laying on your side. Yep. Reach back through your left toes. Yes, reach out through your fingers and feel a diagonal line through your body. Now pull back through your left toes and start to come back into the floor. Hip, waist, ribs, shoulders, head, elbow, wrist, fingers. Okay, let's try the other side. I believe that was right hand to the chest, but do whatever arm you didn't do. Are we on left hand to the chest? Okay. Slide it across. You're going to roll onto your right hip here. Push down through your left heel a little, and it's going to start to roll you, but you reach out through your left toes as you reach across to your left fingertips. It should feel a little good, yes? Keep going as if someone's pulling your fingers. Keep going, Eileen. Keep going and let your head just fall. Now pull back through your left toes and sequentially come onto your back again. Go toes, pull back. Your booty will come down first in your hip. Then you go sequentially. Waist, ribs, shoulders, head, elbow, wrist, fingers. Take an inhale, squeeze as many muscles tight as you can. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Exhale, let it all go. Take that again. Breathe in, reach out, stretch, squeeze everything tight. And exhale, let it all go. Take it one more time. Squeeze your fists, your face, your toes, your booty, your back muscles, all tight, tight, tight. Hold your breath. And then big exhale, let that all go. Either leave yourself locked out, you can drag your arms down to the sides, you can let your hands flop onto your belly. If you want a little more support for your low back, drag the heels in, bend the knees, let the knees fall together. Lick the lips, relax the jaw. Let any sense of alignment go. You don't have to do any placement of your body. So just following the inhale, sensing where it moves your body, where it pushes it out and expands it. And then just taking that natural sense of the exhale. There's a sense of falling. A lot of times it has a sense of your muscles just starting to let go. Give into all of that. And then just following that inhale. And following the exhale all the way to the very end of it. Letting yourself soften into that. And then keep keeping this sense of ease. Gently drag one heel towards the rear till the foot finds the floor. Do the same thing with the other leg. Take a second and just notice how the weight on your back has shifted from the leg straight. And then just spill that right arm out of your way and roll off into that side into a fetal position. If you need to roll left, roll left. And then again, just let everything go, sensing the top half of the body stacked over the bottom half. The bottom half softening into the mat. And just sensing that fullness of breath. Ease through your body and taking that with you as you begin to move into the rest of your day or evening, maybe when you're doing this class. And thanks for a great one, you guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. Have a good one. Good work today.